Hello, in this video we're going to talk about the area of squares and rectangles. This is going to be part A of this topic, and then we're going to have a part B where we're going to see complex polygons. Okay. What is area? That's the question here. Well, the area is the amount of surface that an object covers, and it asks you which covers more area, A or B. And the way to answer that is when we think of area, we think about square units. And we think that each of these squares measures 1 by 1. And the amount of squares that this object fills up with, that's the area that it covers. So let's count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 squares. So this is 18 squared units, area. In this one I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 squared units. Okay, so object B covers more area. Notice when we talk about area and we count how many squares fill this space, we're really finding the area that it covers. And a short way to do that, we counted 18 squares. Notice I have 3 squares across, right? 1, 2, 3. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares going up. So this is equivalent to multiplying 3 times 6, and I will get 18 instead of counting each square. Same thing goes for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares across. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares going up. So 5 times 4, which is 20 square units. Okay, so you can already see that we have a shortcut to finding area that doesn't require you to count each and every one of the squares. We just simply multiply the base times the height. Okay? Let's talk about the area of a square. The area of a square, it says here that it's the side squared. The side, S, means the side. Now for a square, all sides are congruent. So if this side measures S, then this one also measures S, and that also measures S, and this also measures S. The area would be what we just saw in the last slide. We take the base and we multiply by the height. But in the square, since the base and the height measure the same thing, it's just like taking one of the sides and squaring it. For example, let's do this example. It says that the side measures 9 feet, and it says it's a square. So that means all sides measure 9 feet, right? All the sides measure 9 feet. Now, if I want to look for area like we did in the last slide, I would multiply 9 times 9. Okay, and 9 times 9 is 81. But notice that 9 times 9 I can rewrite as 9 squared, which is 81. And that's why the formula for squares is S squared. It's taking the side, whatever the side measures, which is 9, and squaring it. You get the same thing. A square is very easy area formula. Perimeter. Let's talk about perimeter. If I ask you for perimeter, remember perimeter is adding all sides. So for this square, if I look for perimeter, perimeter would be 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. Or you can say 9 times 4, right? Each side measures 9 and you have 4 sides. So this would be the perimeter would be in feet, 36 feet. Let's do the next slide. Area of a rectangle, base times height. And this is what we saw on that first slide. This is the formula for the area of a rectangle. Let's see some examples. Find the area of the rectangle. And it says here that the base measures 5 centimeters. And if you can count, you can see that you have 5 squares going across. And the height is 2 meters. And you can see that there are 2 squares going up. So if I count all of these squares, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or I can just use my formula for area of a rectangle, which is base times height, which is 5 times 2. And that gives you 10 squared centimeters. If I ask you for perimeter, in a rectangle, opposite sides are congruent. So if this side measures 5, then this up here must measure 5 centimeters also. If this side measures 2, then this side measures 2 centimeters. So the perimeter would be 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2. And that gives you 14 centimeters if you add all the sides. Now in this example, I give you the area and you have to find the height. So let's write our formula. Area is equal to base times height. Let's put in the information that we have. Area is 48, base is 12, height we don't know. And now we solve for height. By dividing by 12 on both sides, height is equal to 4 inches. You found your height. Now that you found your height, I'm going to ask you, what is the perimeter? Well, if this side measures 12, this one also measures 12. And the height we just found to be 4 inches. So this is also 4 inches. The perimeter is 24 plus 8, which is 32 inches. Okay, we added all the sides. And now we have these 3 examples that I encourage you to do on your own and then come back and see if you got it right. Find the area of the quadrilateral. Okay, now this quadrilateral is a square. How do I know? Because a square has all congruent, all right angles and all congruent sides. So I know this is a square. And the area for a square, you can use s squared, which would give you 11 squared, which is 121 squared meters. You can also use base times height, because you would get 11 as your base and 11 as your height, and you get the same thing. Okay, because if this is 11, then this is also 11. And all the way around, all of it is 11. And also, a square is a rectangle, so the formula for the area of a square is the same as the area for a rectangle. Okay, either way, you'll get the same thing. For number 2, the area of this rectangle, and this is not a square. How do I know? Well, the definition of a rectangle is 4 right angles. It doesn't say anything about the sides. So I know this is a rectangle. Base times height, area is equal to 6 times 2. Which is 12 squared feet. Done. And for your third one, you're going to need a calculator, which I don't have right now. So area would be base times height. Area is 5.9 times 4.5 squared yards. And I guess we can do this by hand. When you multiply these two numbers, we get 45, carry a 4, 25, 29, and then 36 and 23. I hope I did this correct. Okay, 15, this is 5, 6, 3, and then I have 2 decimal places, so there's your answer. Area is 36.55 square yards. Okay, and you're done. And this is all for this video. On the next video, we're going to talk about complex polygons, which is complex figures we can divide into different types of rectangles and find a total area. I will see you in the next video.